Gamers, gamblers, and risk takers alike. We are back at it again with another exciting ticker. So please stay tuned as Michael breaks down what's to come in this video as the trending traders discuss Esports Technologies. Ticker EBET.
Thanks for that, Shane. Today we're going to be talking about Esports Technologies. Shane is going to hit you with a little bit of company background information. I'm going to dig into their SEC reports, and at the end I'm going to give you a short-term price target for where I think we're going to be after this crazy IPO. Stick around as we discuss Esports Technologies. Hi and welcome to the channel. My name's Michael.
And my name is Shane.
And we are the Trending Traders. If you enjoy our content, please consider giving this video a like and hit that subscribe button.
Esports Technologies is yet another company taking full advantage of the explosion of growth in the video game industry during the pandemic. Establishing themselves out of Nevada in September of 2020 and well equipped with the appropriate licenses, Esports Technologies is positioned to be a leader of intuitive esports betting. Having a CEO who is also a ranked StarCraft player brings a level of expertise that is unmatched by any other major players in the game. The current clientele consists mostly of Asian and Latin American gamers. I believe the recent IPO was part of a bigger plan to begin targeting the North American gaming market. Not only did the IPO create quite a buzz about the company, but it also raised working capital for Esports Technologies as well. I believe this is evident considering the push to create a free-to-play variation of the betting platform for those places where it is still illegal to bet online. This concept will help to attract new clients that can bet legally, along with keeping potential clients interested when esports betting legalization occurs on a larger scale. Although this company is in their infancy, I expect good things to come from the team at Esports Technologies.
Okay guys, today we are talking about Esports Technologies, ticker EBET. Unfortunately, most of these companies have little creativity in their naming, so don't confuse this one with Esports Entertainment, ticker GMBL, which we recently covered. I'll throw that card up in the corner for you to check it out after this video. Given this company is pretty new to the scene, there really isn't that much stuff out there about them, so I'll be mostly covering some interesting stuff I found in their SEC filing in order to go public. As mentioned, these guys recently had a red-hot IPO, raising a ton of capital. This is pretty important because these guys were not sitting on a pile of cash to begin with. Their audited SEC filing shows that they basically had nothing but fumes left in the tank. So raising a bunch of capital is great, but what are they going to do with all of this cash, you say? Well, thanks for asking, because they lay this out pretty clearly in the SEC filing too. They list a few areas in which they will be spending some of this money, and I want to highlight a couple of them. The first I want to highlight is something called frequency cash outs. This allows a bettor to basically paper hand their bet, take a portion of the profit that they would have earned had they had some diamond hands. Now this sounds interesting and maybe is a way for the company to use a little bit of fear, uncertainty, and doubt to make someone take their partial cash payment and run, leaving the company with the rest of the money. The other aspect that they're going to use this money for is developing advanced computer models. They say that in the same report that they have a team of 5 coders working on this project. This seems pretty critical to future success as they have really no IP of their own. They generated a paltry $195,000 last year in revenue and betting mostly, and this came out of the Philippines. They will need to expand their markets and bring in many new customers to begin generating positive cash flow. And one last area that they're going to use this money is licensing deals. They currently do not have much proprietary technology, as I said, and so they are relying on licensing deals with partners to execute basically every aspect of their business model, at least until these 5 coders that we just talked about get some work done. And as such, they list in their risk assessment section that they really need to re-up on these licenses or they will not be capable of continuing this pretty critical work. Alright guys, now if you're trading the stock, be aware that they will likely settle down below the $7 mark in the weeks following the IPO and make their way back up, some as time passes and as catalysts are announced. This is typically what happens after an IPO, but especially after a red-hot IPO that went from $5 to $71 in the after hours. There are some key milestone payments in the C-suite that could also negatively impact the stock price in the short term. For example, in 180 days, if the company's stock price is over $7, the chief operating officer will be allowed to sell a pretty large amount of stock. And if this happens, it could have a similar effect to EBET as to what happened to Palantir the last few months after their stock lockup expired and insiders sold off quite a lot of shares there. In my opinion, this is a safe long buy under 7, maybe under 10, and any other play should be considered short-term on news of a catalyst or a market run-up, as this likely will continue day-over-day losses for a week or more until the stock finds its home on the stock market.
Thanks for stopping by our channel today. We really appreciate you watching our video. If you have any comments you'd like to add below, we'd really love to hear from you. And as always, I'm Shane.
And I'm Michael.
We are the Trending Traders, here for you and here for growth.